there is the setup. Let me change the color here so we can see just a little bit better what we're talking about. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to hook up your manifold gauge sets just like we did in the vapor in the previous video. The power is off, your recovery tank is on the scales, but this time you're going to hook up your charging or your recovery hose from the manifold gauge set here to the outlet of the recovery machine. And then on the inlet, you're going to hook up to the vapor side of the recovery cylinder. Then from the recovery cylinder, you're going to take another hose and you're going to hook it up to the receiver, and then you're going to make sure that the king valve on the receiver is open to allow that refrigerant to flow. So when you'll have both of these, both of the valves are closed on your manifold gauge set, and then you are going to turn on your recovery machine and open up the high side. And what that's going to do is the discharge pressure from the compressor on the recovery machine is going to go through the manifold gauge set and into the high side of the system, and it's going to pressurize the high side of the system through the condenser coil, pressurize the receiver, and it's going to push the liquid that's in the receiver out and into the recovery machine. And that is how you are going to recover the liquid from the system. I'll take a look at that again. So this is your basic setup, and the discharge pressure from the recovery unit is going to go through your manifold gauge, through the open high side gauge, into the high side of your refrigeration system, through the condenser coil. It's going to pressurize the receiver, which will push the liquid refrigerant out of the receiver and into our recovery cylinder here. Notice that we have our low side gauge is closed at this time. So once you have the majority of the refrigerant pushed out of the system with the push-pull method, then you're going to want to reconnect into the vapor method like we looked at earlier and recover the remaining vapor from the system. And then you'll be able to open up the system and replace components as necessary.